had a friend who said that pushing out babies is a young girl's game, which I thought was hilarious. But you know, it's important to take seriously the risk of having a baby. And at 18 years old, body is in the prime to push out a baby. Okay? Welcome to Spirit Soul Sense, information for your soul. I am Shareece, and I'm telling this story with the purpose of helping you. I hope be inspired, learn something. I am currently living the life of my dreams, and I just want to share with you my labor and delivery story. This is part 2 of a 3-parter. So my pregnancy was so easy. It was so easy. I didn't gain much weight. I think I gained like maybe 20 pounds. I was underweight before I got pregnant. I think I was 107 because I remember because I wanted to donate blood and I was too underweight to donate blood. And so maybe I was 130 by the time I delivered. I didn't look like I was pregnant for a long time. I really started showing after 6 months, and there weren't like many changes. Like I just had a ball. Just looked like I had a basketball in my stomach. Like you couldn't tell I was pregnant from the back. So I think my due date, I delivered 3 days after my due date. Yeah, I delivered like 3 days after my due date. And my water broke before I started having like a lot of contractions. I like went to the beach to walk to see if, he would come faster. I think like that beginning stages of labor where your body is just like trying to do all the things to do in order to start having real contractions and pushing was a long time. And so long that after my water broke. Like after your water breaks, you're supposed to have like labor's progressing. My labor was not progressing. So they gave me Pitocin. I think it was called Pitocin. They gave me Pitocin to induce the labor, which worked, but it took like hours to work. My mother told me they were always checking to see how many centimeters I was dilating, but I don't remember it. I was definitely one of the people who wanted to do like a natural birth. I say that like I didn't do a natural birth, but I had Demerol in the beginning, but after your labor progresses to a certain point, they can't give you any more Demerol because it makes the baby sleepy. I knew I did not want to have an epidural. I never really thought about having a C-section. I really think what you focus on will increase. What you focus on, you will get. So maybe if I was like, I don't want a C-section, that I maybe would have had a C-section, but having a C-section was never on my radar. My mother had 4 out of 5 of us naturally, and I just wanted to do that. Like I wanted to go through the whole process. So I will say, real contractions, pushing on a baby, the most painful, excruciating experience of my entire life. There has been no pain that compares to pushing out a human. There's been nothing. But I was pushing for 20 minutes and then he popped out. So the pain was long, but it wasn't as long as some other people. And he was big. He was 6 pounds, 6.7 ounces, 19 and a half inches. I don't know how you don't remember those things when you have your first child. So he was very healthy, and I was in amazement. I remember him coming out, and then the pain stops automatically. I remember him coming out, being like because I did all this in the hospital. Now at 31, I'm not pregnant, right? But now, in this America, I would not have a baby in a hospital, but I was back home, and everyone was Black. So, and patient and kind, and like my pregnancy, my delivery was beautiful. Like I have no complaints about it whatsoever. I looked at him and I was like, he came from inside of me. He came from inside of me. I couldn't stop saying that. And it it was like a miracle. All the endorphins going. I was just in amazement that there was now a human life for me to take care of. I was just in joy. It was the best thing that's ever happened in my entire life, having my son being born. It was beautiful, and I would do it again. And I can't remember how long after I said maybe I wouldn't do it again because of the pain. The pain is supposed to deter you from, I think, getting pregnant too soon after so your body can heal. But now I'm 12 years removed from the pain, almost 13. I would definitely do it again. I would definitely. Pregnancy was so beautiful. I would definitely do it again. Some things they don't tell you. I mean, and I guess they sort of tell you, but they don't really tell you. The one thing I did not know after pregnancy, well, how about I say this? I really wanted to see my placenta. That's the only thing I would do differently. But listen, I was like 18. There's this older woman looking at me. I delivered the placenta and I want to look at it so bad. And she just gives me a look. And I'm just like, ooh, guess I can't look. I know women like these days, dry out the placenta and eat it. We'll take the pills or whatever. I mean, I guess. I am not for or against that. I'm not doing it. I don't really see that as necessary for me, but I get it. But like the one thing that I didn't know was how much you bleed after you deliver. Like I know they don't have sex for 6 weeks, but nobody said you're bleeding for 6 weeks. Like you have a period that doesn't end for 6 weeks. Nobody told me that. And when I saw the overnight pads that my godmother brought for me, I was like, what do I need? What do I need those for? Well, I found out very quickly because do I want to tell y'all this? I just ended up realizing the amount of blood that came out of me post-birth. I was shocked. But like that's the one thing nobody really told me. And I read so many books about pregnancy and what to expect and delivery. So I knew a lot of the signs when I was in labor. But that piece evaded me. But moral of the story is birth is a miracle. If you've never given birth or you've never observed someone giving birth, maybe put that on your to-do list because it's an extraordinary experience. And like anything in life, I think it's an opportunity for you to grow, to learn. And some people are deeply moved by it, and some people are like, meh, it's gross. I thought it was a miracle. Last tidbits, I told my son's father to get out of the room, and he really left when I was in labor. I don't know. We should have had a conversation beforehand about how don't believe me. But he's still bothered by that to this day. And my mother and my sister were with me. And mother was a great help in telling me to breathe and use the pain. Oh, it was a nice experience. I mean, worst pain of my life, but a nice experience. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for my part 3 of my 3-part pregnancy delivery stories.